CM Punk beats Gunther on the microphone. Big E is going to be on the show. Stephanie Vaquer is going to be on the show. Roman Reigns gets left laying and his shoes get stolen. This is the last Raw recap before SummerSlam, and it's a WWE and Fanatics original production. I'm telling you right now, I am not going to MetLife Stadium, walking through the turnstile, having my ticket torn, sitting down in my chair so I can watch Roman Reigns not destroy people. I did not listen. I'm not prepared to see my tribal chief get laid out in any situation. And I'm not happy to see my tribal chief get laid out in any situation.
But you better buckle up because Braun Breaker has a plan.
Well, apparently his plan was to double spear Jey Uso and Roman Reigns through a barricade. And by the way, if that wasn't enough, it's the disrespect. The message was sent, and then Bronson Reed takes the tribal chief's shoes off his feet.
And as a sneakerhead, that was offensive to you.
Listen, as somebody who went to New York public school, that's offensive to me because there's two things that happen, okay?
Listen, the people can see all of the action figures, but they can't see all of the shoes.
Sneakers, as far as the eye can see. And the fact is that if you come to school with a nice pair of sneakers on and you get in a fight and you lose the fight, okay, you lost the fight, you come back tomorrow. If you lost the fight and somebody took your shoes, if you don't get those sneakers back and that guy's wearing your shoes, transfer schools, move to a different town. You're done. There's no coming back from that. It was like the full-on message was not only are we taking out Roman Reigns, because it started with Braun Breaker after taking out Roman Reigns, citing that Roman Reigns no microphone promo that I've talked about before. I don't know if it was here or on Sirius or on the Not Sam podcast. Maybe it was everywhere because I love to talk about it. Roman Reigns on his way to face Logan Paul saying, "This is my ring. These are my fans. That's my camera."
That's right.
Braun Breaker tonight on Monday Night Raw saying it used to be yours. Now it's mine.
But did it in an insulting way.
Oh, yeah. Like, not only am I declaring, because you're right. It's an insulting way because he's not just saying it's all mine now. He's saying I've taken it from you. Mm-hmm. Roman Reigns, when he said this is all mine.
He said he built it.
And he backed it up through numbers. He backed it up through metrics. I make a difference. I'm the difference maker. If you put me on a show, more tickets get sold. If you put me on television, there's more eyeballs on the screen.
I put us on Netflix.
Yes. Straight up business metrics. What Braun Breaker is saying is not now what was once true for you is true for me. What Braun Breaker is saying is it's mine because I've taken it from you. I've taken the role from you, and I've taken everything that comes along with that role from you, and there's nothing you can do about it as you're laying in a heap.
Over the last 3 weeks, it's been fascinating to watch Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
Even before Seth Rollins was out with an injury. I mean, we saw that interaction. It was Heyman, it was Braun, and it was Seth Rollins in the ring, and Braun Breaker asked for the microphone. And Seth looked shocked by it.
I don't even know if he asked for it. He went for it.
The microphone.
Yeah.
And then we see him tonight in this leadership role. We see him backstage saying that he has a plan. We see him cutting the Roman Reigns
which by the way,
promo.
When has that been a strength of Braun Breaker's? When have you ever heard, no, he's the guy who comes up with plans. Braun Breaker is the executioner.
He's the guy that spears people and cuts them in half.
He follows orders. He's the soldier. Now all of a sudden he's like, no, I got the plan. And Heyman, I don't know if Paul Heyman is just in survival mode because there's nobody who survives in this world of professional wrestling the way Paul Heyman survives, but he's not remotely stopping it. If anything, when Braun Breaker is saying it's mine now, Paul Heyman is saying, yes, it is. Yes, it is. And that's what was the word? Because he's the oracle now.
Oh, he said that he's the oracle, and that's not a prediction, that's a prophecy.
A prophecy. So he starts the show telling Jey Uso, you can't count on your family.
Family
Schmamly.
That's right.
Is what he says.
Yes. He said your family is always going to get you in trouble.
Right.
They're always going to let you down.
They're going to let you down. They're going to lie to you. And he tries to bring up the past of Jey Uso. But here's the thing. This is what I think the thing about family is it has to be real egregious for it to stick. Usually, yeah, you're going to have family members that'll let you down here or there. But you know who you forgive?
Your family.
Right. And then they got your back at the end of the day when it's all said and done. Your family has your back. Now, Paul Heyman saying, and then Paul Heyman going through step by step to Jey Uso, talking about how this wasn't like your family's not going to have your back. He said, your family is going to lie to you. And then he says, and I'm telling you this because, Jey, I love you like family. And you're like, you rat. What do you mean like So what are you saying? Read between the lines. Are you just saying straight up you're lying to him, but it didn't affect Jey at all? Jey goes, no, I had to go back on my own man, and he's explaining the dynamics.
Jey's like, family, well, where's yours?
Where's your family at, dude? We let you into ours. Where's your family at?
Your family.
It's not your family. No. It's Sammy's family. It's Jimmy and Jay's family. It's Solo's family, not your family. So, but, and it seemed like in that moment when Jey got the better of them that they had it all. And like, even the idea of this plan, it's like some plan. Roman Reigns comes out and destroys everybody. That's what he does. He dismantles everybody. Roman Reigns is the guy who went to WrestleMania 37 in a triple threat and stacked his opponents on top of each other. I mean, just went WrestleMania to WrestleMania to WrestleMania, just destroying legends. SummerSlam to SummerSlam to SummerSlam, destroying legends. Brock Lesnar tipped a ring over.
It had a tractor.
Wasn't enough.
Not for Roman Reigns.
No. And now we're in this position, and maybe it's because there's no wise man, and maybe it's because the full bloodline isn't intact, but Jey's there, and still the numbers were evened. And Roman Reigns and Jey Uso are left laying Roman in his socks while Braun Breaker stands triumphantly and Bronson Reed holds those shoes over his head in victory. And I'm telling you, this better be a gateway to absolute, pure, and utter vengeance from Roman Reigns, because I'm not ready for this. This isn't what I want.
Roman has what, 5 days to figure this out?
Yeah, he's at Summer. I was listening to this great podcast called the SummerSlam Match Reveal Show.
Oh, I've
on
heard
the
of
Raw
that.
Recap podcast feed. Yeah. And I saw Saturday I found out from those two.
Yeah.
is when the match is. Yeah, 5 days. 5 days till Saturday, and maybe it's one of those situations where Roman is not like he's so used to being the best that he hasn't fully gotten to a place yet where he's like, oh, because here's the thing about leaving, and that's the one thing about Roman, he will leave, and and he doesn't feel guilty about it. He'll go, no, I go and I do what I need to do to be.
Well, he is raising the bloodline,
the future bloodline. And as by the way, as long as you're the man, doesn't matter. You get to do whatever you want. When you're the man, you get to set your own rules. Like, unless what you're saying I'm not doing is stopping me from being the man, you just need to get out of my way. Except when you're gone for periods of time, dynamics change. Things change.
I mean, Jey Uso is a totally different person than when Roman was there.
Yeah, luckily Jay's on Roman's side.
I mean, Roman needs people on his side at this moment.
Yeah.
And now I just wonder, Braun said that he has a plan. We saw that backstage. Obviously, he had a plan for tonight, and it worked in his favor. I wonder if the plan that he was speaking of was specifically for tonight in Detroit on Monday Night Raw, or if the plan extends to SummerSlam.
I don't know. I mean, if the plan is just like, we'll let him get a couple shots. Like, it felt like a rope-a-dope situation. If the plan is just, we'll let him get a couple shots in, and then I'm going to spear him real hard, and then you're going to tsunami him real hard. If that's the plan, it's probably the SummerSlam plan as well. It seems like it's a plan that, like, historically has worked, if that is the plan. That felt like that's what the plan was tonight.
It worked.
And it did work. I mean,
No notes.
But no. I mean, 10 out of 10 for what it was. But I'm telling you, I'm not watching shows to see Roman Reigns get laid out. I'm watching shows to see Roman Reigns wreck people.
We did get a treadmill video of Roman Reigns this past week, which I love. I love the treadmill videos.
Because then you realize, like, what if he's just in this zone all the time? You know what I mean? What if he's just in tribal chief mode constantly? Because you want to believe, he leaves and he's just like, maybe you'll see him at the Publix. You know what I mean? Maybe you'll see him at the grocery store. Maybe you get a pub sub. Maybe you'll see him at the Wawas, wherever. And it's like, no. He's still in pure and utter beast mode. He's in God mode still.
Even just the way the treadmill was literally created to be a torture device, and Roman's walking on it.
That's why the treadmill was created?
Yeah, it was a torture device.
Not just for fitness?
No, they used it in the medieval days in prisons.
They had treadmills?
I don't know, medieval, but it was created to be a torture device.
I mean, I believe it. That's how it's felt to me. But, people call me names when I say stuff like that.
Well, anyways, Roman makes walking on the treadmill have aura.
For sure. He makes the treadmill super cool.
Yeah.
Like most of the time you need, if you want to be cool in the gym, you just need plates and bars and stuff like that. Roman's like, no, I mainly do calisthenics. And you're like, that's so cool.
He doesn't even need to put it on an incline to be cool.
No, he doesn't. It's just flat.
Yeah.
And he's like, but look at me. Look at how I walk. You were saying something when Roman walked in and just commenting on how still just in the walk, and it's a different walk to the ring depending on what mission he's on, right? Like this week's walk to the ring was very, very different from last week's walk to the ring, which was different from the week before's walk to the ring. But there's just something in the way that he presents himself that there is, from the minute he passes through the entryway, there's a story being told. There's an attention that you need to stare at this person, regardless of what kind of action is going on in the ring. There's an attention that is commanded when that guy shows up.
It's the way he carries himself. I mean, he was certainly walking with more of a purpose today, but there was also a pacing to it.
Yeah.
Right? When he entered, it's all of the nuances.
Yes.
Right? With Roman.
Yes.
It's just, I don't want the camera to ever cut away from him.
No, unless people are stealing his shoes, then film something else. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I'm not interested in that. That's not something.
They were pretty cool shoes too.
I know. And he probably had, I doubt he had doubles.
But don't you worry, because I know you're going to be excited for Saturday. Roman's been, he's been walking on the treadmill, so we know he's in excellent shape.
He's always in excellent shape. He's in God mode.
Haven't seen the shirt off yet.
Oh, and that's when you're in for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you're in. I was at Comic-Con and I was in the Mattel booth, looking at the new action figures. They literally, I'm not kidding. They made a Roman Reigns action figure where they had to make a brand new torso to fit Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I mean, he's in shape.
That's the level of greatness that this guy's on. Guys, we'll get right back to it. But first, I want to tell you about Surfshark. I love Surfshark. I love that Surfshark lets me use the internet the way I want to use the internet. The internet's working for me. How do I mean? Well, first of all, what do I want on the internet? What do I want? I want content. I want to be able to have access to content. And Surfshark makes it all possible. So much of this content ends up getting geo-blocked here or censored based on location over there. Never again. Surfshark takes care of all of that. It's also going to take care of your online security and privacy. People who shouldn't know what you're doing on the internet aren't going to know what you're doing on the internet. Surfshark will put that wall up for you so that you can know that all your web surfing is completely secure. You're also going to be able to put it on unlimited devices, which means the whole family is going to have access to all this content and all of this safety and security. You're even going to have access to Surfshark Search, which is a search engine that's optimized to help you not only find everything that you're looking for, but do it without bombarding you with ads and trackers. It's time to take control of your online security. Try Surfshark today and enjoy their 30-day money-back guarantee. Secure your digital world now. Visit the link below and start surfing securely. Stay tuned and stay safe
with Surfshark. Go to surfshark.com/raw recap and use code raw recap at checkout to get 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN.
You were telling me that you were very much tonight looking forward to CM Punk and Gunther.
That's right.
Also, by the way, part of SummerSlam Saturday. That is going to be a loaded Saturday. Not only do you have this tag match that was set up for tonight, but your CM Punk Gunther World Heavyweight Championship match is also a Saturday match, and we got to see it. Starts with Gunther in the ring.
Yeah, and so I walked into your house today and I said, I'm so excited to hear Punk on the mic tonight.
By the way, you should have said
Cannot wait.
I walked in your house, because then it would have been like the show in your house. You know
all
what
right,
I mean?
okay, everybody cut this. All right, Alex, you got it? You gonna cut it? All right, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2. So Sam, earlier today I walked in your house.
Oh, that's so cool, like the pay-per-view.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I said, I cannot wait to see Punk in the ring. I want him to cut a 15-minute promo.
Mm-hmm.
And I want Gunther to walk out and just look at him, smirk, and walk away. That's what I thought was going to happen.
We wanted to see it.
So when Gunther started in the ring, I go, this is going way different than I had imagined.
Gunther was feeling good at first. He was checking to see if it was clobbering time on his watch, and he wasn't getting any messages.
What was the moment it went bad? When Punk called him kid?
I think the moment it went bad was when Gunther said, "Enough. I'm tired. You need to and CM Punk put his hand over Gunther's mic, because then it was like we saw the look in Punk's eye. Mm-hmm. Listen, Gunther said he started by saying that the so-called best talker in the world is CM Punk, and last week I beat him on this microphone. Mm-hmm. So Punk came out, and first he explained where he's coming from. He doesn't want the world title. He needs the world title. He took it back to his straight when WWE relaunched ECW, and this brand new character called CM Punk appeared on our television sets for the very first time. CM Punk said, "I'm straight edge. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. My addiction is wrestling." It's something that we revisited in that amazing entrance at WrestleMania 41.
Love that.
That OG promo, and he reminded again that as much as things change, as much as CM Punk has changed over the years, he's still CM Punk. He's still addicted to this. He's addicted to wrestling. He's addicted to making sure the fans know that he appreciates.
Especially after they chanted his name for 10 years.
When he wasn't even here. And so he's saying that he needs that World Heavyweight Championship. And that's when Gunther tries to interrupt him, and Punk puts his hand over the microphone. And I thought that's when it started to go bad for Gunther. But you are right. When he said, "There's levels to this, kid," you were like, oh, boy.
Did somebody just call Gunther kid?
I thought CM Punk, first I was like, he's going straight into Terry Funk mode.
Well, it's funny because, you opened this show and you said Punk beats Gunther on the mic. And to me, I'm like, yeah, but Gunther doesn't care about the mic. What does Gunther care about? Winning.
Winning, except if you're not in the ring, that's for Saturday.
Yeah.
Tonight, this is a win or lose scenario.
And he lost.
And Gunther started, that's right, he lost. And Gunther started by saying, "I beat the best in the world." CM Punk is known for being the best talker, and I beat him. And then Gunther lost on the microphone. Now, this is a battle in the war. It's not the war. But Gunther doesn't like that taste. And I even saw, and I don't know if CM Punk did this on purpose. This is one of these little details that I just go nuts for. You know how I love these little details.
Tell me.
I don't know if Punk did this on purpose or it was whatever. But CM Punk said that at the SummerSlam, "I'm going to beat you, Gunther." He didn't say at SummerSlam. He said at the SummerSlam, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not calling him out for it because there's one person in history that always said the SummerSlam. And I watched it as a kid, and I would go, why does he always say that? And there wasn't ever any reason. It was just how he said it. Mm-hmm. Except if you watch this person, and he built up multiple SummerSlams saying the SummerSlam. I'm talking 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97. He won the title in 97. Bret the Hitman Hart. Every SummerSlam promo. Go back and watch them if you've never noticed it. Every promo for SummerSlam. Bret the Hitman Hart always said, at the SummerSlam. At the SummerSlam, it's going to be me and you. And he's the only person that's ever said the SummerSlam. And I couldn't help but wonder if maybe it was just a slip and it was just a coincidence, which is totally possible. You know, you're in the ring, you're live TV, there's emotions are flowing, and I'm not critical of a slip like that. But also, what if it wasn't a slip and it was just a little nod to be like, because, Megan, when Bret Hart would go into a SummerSlam, I mean, ask Mr. Perfect about Bret Hart at SummerSlam. Ask the British Bulldog about Bret Hart at SummerSlam. Ask The Undertaker about Bret Hart at SummerSlam. Bret Hart was a different beast at SummerSlam.
So you're thinking we're going to see a different Punk, potentially?
I'm saying, I don't know any bigger Bret the Hitman Hart fan than CM Punk. I'm saying he may have put the SummerSlam in there on purpose. And I'm saying that Gunther would have been a perfect opponent for Bret the Hitman Hart, and CM Punk would probably see himself in that role.
Not too long ago, we saw Punk call out Bret the Hitman Hart, saying that it was his second favorite wrestler after Bill Goldberg.
You mean Gunther?
Yeah,
You
Gunther.
said CM Punk called him out.
Gunther.
And I was like, wait, what did I miss?
No, Gunther
Yes.
called out
Yes.
Bret the Hitman Hart not too long ago.
And look, maybe CM Punk is sitting there with an iPad going, and I took that personally. You know?
Yeah,
You know?
that's true.
I don't know. I know that he has a love for that for Bret the Hitman Hart, and who could blame him? But I don't know. I mean, again, I have been accused of looking into things.
You?
Yeah, here and there. Here and there.
Noticing details?
Here and there. But I swear I heard him say the SummerSlam. And as soon as I heard him say the SummerSlam, it's literally written down right there.
I see it.
I said he said the SummerSlam. That's a Bret Hartism.
I love it.
It's crazy. It's nuts. Okay. So
Everything counts.
Everything does count. He shut down Gunther. So we go into SummerSlam. Punk has shut down Gunther. Braun have shut down Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. That's how we leave Monday Night Raw for those two matches going into SummerSlam. It is going to be nuts. However, we saw a lot. Before we get to our guest real quick, I do want to tell you that when we're talking about CM Punk, we got new CM Punk merch. And there is some CM Punk has the best merch. I've gone through over the years so many different CM Punk t-shirts. But CM Punk has two new designs available at WWE Shop and Fanatics, available in men's, women's, youth, and tank tops for the summer. Sun's out, guns out, baby.
Yeah, get them out.
So all new CM Punk shirts are up now on WWE Shop and Fanatics as well. SummerSlam is right around the corner. You can get official event merchandise, tees, hats, Pro Sphere shirts, and jerseys. And those are up now at Fanatics and WWE Shop. You know that the Superstore is going to be loaded for SummerSlam. So if you can't get there, or if you want to get it now, if you want to make sure that it is secured, go to WWE Shop or Fanatics. Get that SummerSlam merch. On Monday Night Raw tonight, there was an amazing 8-woman tag team match.
I loved it.
And our first guest on tonight's Raw recap welcomes us now. Coming off of a remarkable 8-woman tag match, Stephanie Vaquer, welcome. And I've got to say, we were just watching. You are in the ring with 7 of the best women, not just in WWE, but across the world. And I mean, that was represented by that entire match. There was so much, the roster has become such an international roster. But for you to be in there with the best, and at the end of the night, you're the one who gets the pinfall, you're the one who gets the 1, 2, 3, you're the one who stands tall. What was it like?
A great victory today, and I'm so happy because you said big superstar, and I think tonight is really important teamwork. So I'm so happy with this great victory.
It's been a whirlwind for you this year and this calendar year, but really like in the last year, all of this has kind of happened. It was only months ago that you were at Madison Square Garden winning the NXT championship. And since then, you've made it onto the main roster. You've accelerated to the point that at the end of the summer in Paris, you're getting a shot at the women's championship. Have you had time to kind of take all this in, or has it just been go, 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 go?
I love challenge. So sometimes I don't have time for thing a lot, but I enjoy a lot my work. I enjoy a lot wrestling. Wrestling is my life, is my language, is my everything. So yeah, maybe you think last year is a lot, but my career 10 years, and I sacrificed a lot for my dream, and my dream is now in WWE. So I really enjoy everything, every day, every class, every promo, every match, every day. I enjoy a lot here in WWE. It's my home now, and I'm excited for the future, and I'm excited for my next matches, and I keep in work hard. So I'm so happy. I'm really enjoying now.
How confident were you walking into WWE and the connection that you were going to be able to make with the audience? Because like you said, you've had this amazing career and you've made a name for yourself around the world before you got to WWE. But the reality is that there are a lot of people that watch WWE that's really all that they watch. And there have been people that have come in from other promotions, other countries, that for whatever reason don't connect with the WWE audience. But for you, in front of an audience that I would imagine a large portion had not seen you wrestle before, you've instantly connected with the audience. You instantly connected when you were in NXT. And then for the people that didn't watch NXT, you instantly connected when you got to the main roster. Is that a surprise, or do you think that there's something about the way that you wrestle that kind of speaks internationally?
I think I need to say thank you. Thank you for everyone, because I remember my first Royal Rumble. I remember exactly when my entrance, the crowd crazy, and I need to say thank you because people really made me feel so happy here, so excited, and support me, love me. I'm so happy. I can say it. I'm so happy with that. The crowd really support me, and it's motivation for me. It's for training every day. It's a big motivation. People really support my work, my job in the ring, and I think. Yeah, and in the beginning, I think maybe people don't know about me, but when you go to the ring and you pour your soul in the ring and you really, I don't know the word in English, sorry, but it's like you really try to experience person, or really you pour your soul in wrestling, people appreciation that. So I think for that reason, the crowd really support me, because they can see my 100% in the ring always.
And I think, too, that there's an authenticity to you that is coming through in this conversation, but also, and it's interesting because there's so much presentation in Stephanie Vaquer, the music and the smoke and the horns and the everything. But in reality, there is this kind of human connection, I think, that's made, and that goes beyond language, and I think fans connect with that. I also think they connect with what you do in the ring, and I think specifically having a move like the Devil's Kiss.
It's our favorite. Right here on the Raw Recap Show, the Devil's Kiss is our absolute favorite move in all of wrestling.
Yeah, I would say so.
It is. I mean, it's mine. I think it's yours, too.
You love it.
I absolutely love it. But Stephanie, you know, we're introduced to you at NXT. You do the Devil's Kiss. Booker T has the entire crowd at the Performance Center in Orlando, and they're going, and
everyone thinks their car alarm is going off.
it was incredible.
Right.
So you come up to the main roster, and all of a sudden you do the Devil's Kiss, and I couldn't help but notice the crowd started counting. And I found that very disrespectful to Booker T. Now, tonight, it seemed like Detroit, Michigan was reacting properly.
What were they doing?
They were doing, Is that the proper way to embrace the Devil's Kiss?
I really miss Booker T.
Me too.
I love Booker T, and that I love this because he just feel and and people now really feel that. So I love it. And in NXT, the crowd all the time remember that, and we hear people remember that. So I love it.
My favorite was when you pointed to Booker T as you were about to hit the Devil's Kiss.
Yeah, I really miss the Booker T.
Yeah, I mean, there has to be something about, like, you hear Booker T do that the first time, and you're like, what is he doing? But then within a week, I mean, 1 week later, it's caught on like that. But when you hear people, right, because sometimes there's two different responses. I think that's what you were saying, Megan, that sometimes instead of saying, the crowd starts going 1, 2, 3. When you're doing that, right, and when you're in the middle of the Devil's Kiss and you're attacking your opponent with all the muscles in the legs, and you're hearing the fans chant, is there part of you that's going, no, that's not how you do it. You gotta
I love when people start to 1, 2, 3 because I count down 1, 2 with the people. Yeah, I love when Booker T say because it's different expression, and I think people love that, so I like to.
Well, Stephanie, you've been doing this for 10 years. WWE's the dream for you. You get signed by WWE. Did you ever think all of this would happen so quickly, that you would have a title opportunity at the end of the summer in Paris, that you would be on the main roster, that you would be a double champion and make history in NXT? I mean, it all's happened so fast.
I understand because I have 1 year here in WWE. But really, for me, it's not fast because I made a tryout for WWE 7 years ago. And I'm so green in that time, like not ready. I know I'm not ready in that time. And it's okay. I think after the tryout, say, okay, I go to Mexico training, I go to Japan training, I go to London training for all the world, training with different teacher and coach and a different style, different in 7 years. So in 7 years, prepare for WWE. So for me, it's not fast. I'm here, and when I'm here in WWE, for me, it's like, okay, 7 years later, I did it. So now for me, it's not fast, but I understand people think that because I have just 1 year here. But really, I train hard every day for 10 years for this dream. So not just enjoy my dream. I really know I can do a lot here. So for me, it's not fast. But I understand people, and people look at last year, but support me a lot. So I'm so happy.
What was it? Was it the dream? What was it about WWE that made you know that was the right move? Because you got to a place in your career where all of a sudden you weren't green anymore. It wasn't 7 years ago anymore, and you were in a position where you could have pretty much gone wherever you wanted to go. How did you know WWE was the spot?
Because WWE always my dream. When I was a kid, my first time I watched TV and I watched WWE and say, okay, I know. When I was, 15, I say, I know what I do forever, wrestling. So I'm sure for my dream, I'm just keep going hard, working hard because long time. But I want to be the best, and I want to be the best in WWE.
Well, that's
Well, and Stephanie, we talk a lot about like the transition coming over to WWE, what you did in NXT, then coming up to the main roster, two totally different things. But we also have to remember that you're adjusting to life, I assume, down in Orlando. And that's a big adjustment for you as well. Who has helped you around the PC handle, all of the changes that you've sort of been thrust into in the last year?
Yeah, it's a lot change. But I think for me, when I was 19, I go out for my country. So and my life changed a lot. I live in Japan. I live in Mexico. So I know wrestling, you need to sacrifice the family sometimes, your culture, your language. So change everything if it's for wrestling. For me, it's okay because wrestling is my life. Now I live in Orlando and I feel really good because close to PC, NXT people, I love NXT and my home too. And really, I meet really nice people here. So I have a new family here. And American people really support me and help me a lot. So yeah, I think big change. I change everything. My home, my place, and my language. I change everything. But I'm happy. I'm enjoy a lot. Many people help me all the time. So thank you everybody for help me a lot and make me feel at home.
Yeah. What's it been like to work over the last couple of weeks with a legend, with Nikki Bella, for you?
She's amazing. She's so nice. She's so funny. So I'm so happy. We talk a lot, and she speaks Spanish. So now we try to speak in Spanish, and this is really nice. She's amazing.
That's awesome. Well, Stephanie, I mean, we appreciate you making some time for us on this busy evening, but a victorious evening nonetheless. And man, I can't wait. Everybody's counting down the days till SummerSlam, but the reality is you're looking past SummerSlam and realizing that in Paris, everybody's talking about how much you've accomplished already, but there's something that you haven't accomplished, and you get the opportunity to do that in Paris, and I can't wait to see it. I'm so happy for you. We're fans of you here, and we appreciate you giving us some time.
I can't wait till all of Paris is going,
Yeah,
let's go.
For Paris, and yeah, Paris, soon.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Excellent. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Thank you.
Oh, what a great conversation. That was awesome. Big thanks again to Stephanie Vaquer. Hey, I did want to tell you that Fanatics Casino is partnering with WWE for the Ultimate Tag Team. Yes, play exclusive WWE slots and table games like Raw, Multiplier, Melee, and WWE Blackjack. Win fan cash to use on exclusive merch, WWE memorabilia, and more. New customers, sign up, wager $10, get $75 in fan cash and $25 in casino credit. I know that's where I'm going to find you.
At the casino?
Oh, yeah.
Gotta get
Yeah.
ready. WrestleMania countdown's on. We're back in Vegas.
That's right. I can't wait. So, yes, definitely check it out. Fanatics Casino partnering with WWE. As we speaking of WrestleMania, we saw a sullen, I'll say, Bailey on Monday Night Raw, who after missing WrestleMania is now also missing SummerSlam. And now I wonder, right? Because so she missed WrestleMania because Becky Lynch took her out before her match. And I mean, there's no show. She did do that.
She did. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. She did it.
Yeah.
I haven't even.
She did.
I haven't even cast judgment on it. There's nothing to. She did that.
She did.
You know how I know she did it?
Because she told us she did.
She said it.
She did.
Okay. But Bailey missed WrestleMania
She did.
because of that. Now she's missing SummerSlam because A, she lost to Lyra Valkyria
Yes.
in the number one contenders match. And then B, she didn't win the tag team championship with Lyra Valkyria, the women's tag team championship last week, which would have brought her into the match with, I guess, Charlotte Flair.
I
and
was
Alexa
waiting for you to
Bliss.
try and blame Becky for this again, but thank you for not doing that.
Well, I want you to know you were waiting for me to do that because you're a negative person, and I'm not like that. So, like, for you to just like wait to be like, oh, I'm gonna just wait because there's gonna be conflict instead of just a nice conversation is negative.
I just have to have my guard up
You don't.
because you always come after my girl Becky Lynch.
She's imperfect. She's great in Happy Gilmore too.
Fantastic.
Okay, all right, everything. It's all good.
Okay, we're good.
I mean, she got the you know what kicked out of her with that kendo stick today.
Mean, Lyra
she got
unprovoked
destroyed with it.
just attacked her for no
She's the one who
reason.
brought out Becky brought out the kendo stick.
And she was holding it.
And Lyra broke it across her
use
ribs. Lyra destroyed Becky with. She even at a moment, right? She tried to use
She's
that.
completely unhinged. This Lyra wearing her Becky stompers
She did wear those Becky stompers. They worked too.
today.
Yeah, today she took that. And just when Becky thought she had the kendo stick back, which I wouldn't have wanted to trap that kendo stick under my arm the way Becky did, because it had already broken. That's gonna pinch you and stuff. That's gonna be very
Slivers.
painful, right? But Lyra was still able to get her up and send her flying right out of the ring.
Well, she's the bird lady. Flying is
Becky's
specialty.
Well, yeah, but Becky's the one who went flying.
Yeah, Becky did go flying, but it was an unprovoked attack. I mean, Lyra was standing out there and looking for Becky, and Becky just standing, and Lyra completely goes nuts.
Well, she snuck up behind her with a kendo stick.
Did she use it?
She didn't have the opportunity to use it.
Maybe she was just out there to check in, see how everything was going. You have to have a weapon of self-defense these days. I mean, you don't know.
Oh, it's
It
just
can get
it's a more of
I
a
mean-
it's a societal thing, not a Becky Lynch
Listen,
thing.
there's a lot of, as Naomi told us, there's a lot of raggedy heifers back there in the locker room.
Lyra,
What?
what?
Who? I don't know. Naomi said there's a lot back there. I don't know who she's talking about.
I mean, she
There's
said
a lot
it.
Of them.
She did say that. She brought up the heifers again tonight.
She did.
So, and I'm sure, but that's like, but listen, you think it knocked Becky off her game a little bit? The fact that her strategy failed
It's been a big week for Becky. You know,
because she was like,
movie
movie
premieres.
came out. Good
Yeah,
movie.
and now she's got to defend her title. It's a big week. So
But yeah, but like you said, you think all champions should be just defending their titles all the time. Otherwise, you're very critical.
well, especially the Intercontinental Championship.
Oh.
You know, it's like the workhorse title.
It'll be defended. Both of them are being defended at SummerSlam.
They are.
So we're fine. We're fine. By the way, the men's Intercontinental Champion didn't have a great night either. However, he ended up with a switch too. So whose night was better?
Would you rather win or get a switch?
With neither one of them. Well, it depends. Is it non-title? I'll lose non-title if I get a switch after it. Non-title?
Wow.
Because then you get a title and the switch. Otherwise, what do you got? A victory, but your
but
title.
no
wasn't-
switch.
You see what I'm saying? I think it was played actually pretty well on Dominic's part myself. Pretty well. And what a bro Finn Balor is, just setting up Dominic like that.
Had a nice tan tonight. That Finn Balor.
Great tan, successful tag team championship defense. But let's get back to Bayley. She's now not at SummerSlam. She's at a loss for words,
She looked completely heartbroken.
completely heartbroken. But remember last week we were talking and I was like, why is Bayley all of a sudden friends with Lyra Valkyria? Why does she so badly want to win the tag team championship with Lyra Valkyria? I think that question was answered tonight.
Because she wanted to find a way
To get on
the
SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. It was like, oh,
I mean, she was like desperate at that point.
my options are running dry.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got to get on here, but it didn't succeed. So I don't know. Do you think Bayley will find a way to get
I mean,
into that building?
with the demeanor that I saw tonight,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oof.
I mean, that didn't look like someone who's, trying to figure it out. That looked like someone who was hopeless.
Submitted.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's one of like I said about Roman. I said earlier, people have to change. People have to evolve because everything changes around them. Maybe that's a lesson Bayley's learning. I know that that's a lesson Naomi learned, who's no longer passive aggressive. She's aggressive.
Proceed with caution.
That's right. That's right. She said the match tonight, the 8-woman tag, was going to be a cautionary tale. Unfortunately for her, her team was not successful. She was not successful alongside Chelsea Green and the Secret Hervis. But a big win nonetheless. Now, it was interesting, though, that Rhea and Io do have, and I'm sure it was built over Evolution, but they do have a respect for one another.
Of course, because Rhea is arguably the best women's wrestler in the division. Io is one of the best wrestlers in the world.
I think many would say, and maybe myself included, Rhea Ripley is the biggest superstar in the women's division.
I would agree with that.
And Io Sky might be the best wrestler in the women's division.
Yes, I would agree with that as well. And Rhea Ripley has never defeated Io Sky.
No.
So she has to respect her.
No. But I wonder if Io knows, had it not been for the cash-in, Evolution would have been it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it wasn't. But I wonder if she's aware. How about Nikki Bella doing the Io thing tonight?
So much fun. And then Piper Niven
Yeah.
doing it in a mocking way.
Yeah.
For both of them.
No, it's a contagious thing to do.
It was great to see Nikki Bella have the match that she did tonight. We talked to her right here on the Raw Recap show a couple of weeks ago, and things didn't really go her way. She was bummed
She's
out.
very open about it, though.
And she was. And I love seeing it. I mean, she talked to us a little bit about how important this was coming back for her, having her son watch her. I think there's a lot of narratives. It's like, once you become a mom, it's like maybe you can't compete at that level, but she's really starting from the bottom and she's working her way back up. She's continuing to grow, and this is all in a way it's not new, but it is new.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, she's a new Nikki Bella, so I love watching her continue to go on this journey.
Who do you think leaves SummerSlam as the women's world champion? Especially after everything that went down tonight, because that's the thing. And I know you, on one end, you're like, oh my God, Io Sky's the best. On one end, you're like, Rhea Ripley, she's the GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's better than Naomi right now?
Yeah, I mean, my initial reaction, you asked me who's leaving, my brain just instinctively says Rhea.
Because it's a title match on a PLE.
Yes.
And that's what happens.
But when I really take more than 5 seconds to think about it, I think it has to be Naomi.
I don't think Naomi's losing the title.
I don't think so either. I think Naomi is operating on a different level than everybody in the locker room.
I also think that Naomi is the chaos that the division needs right now. Naomi is that thing that, like, just when you think you've got it all figured out, here's Naomi in complete control of this division. Well, there's a lot going on at SummerSlam, and what do you say we bring in another guest to help us break it all down?
Let's do it.
Yes, our great friend Big E is back on Raw Recap. E, first of all, how are you is the greeting question, but I do need to tell you that you got me into a little bit of trouble here on the recap show.
Yeah, you did.
Well, sometimes I don't know when, conversations are just between us and I don't need to share them. But I might have asked you, or I don't remember which one of us, but we asked you like maybe 2-3 weeks ago, whenever you were last on, about your former teammate wearing short shorts instead of long tights in the ring, And,
Right.
And you might have said, I don't know what he's thinking, and kind of made reference to some kind of a midlife crisis scenario. And I then was like, oh, okay, well, now I know. And then we had them, the New Day, we had them on the show last week, and they had not been terribly polite to me the entire interview. So I did ask if it was indeed a midlife crisis. And both Kofi and Xavier were really upset about the question.
It's because the truth hurts.
Yeah, that's right.
Stung him. That's why.
Good.
That's why.
Good.
He knows. He's going through some things, and this is not the man that I once knew. But look, he's got the thighs out. The hoochie mama trunks are a thing now. But it's because there's a lot going on in his life, and I think he just needs to realize that he is going through this transitionary period in life, and he'll be okay. Maybe he just needs to buy a Corvette or something. I hear a lot of like, older men like doing that once they hit that point in life. I don't know.
I feel so much better now. Okay, good.
For once, you were not wrong.
Okay, great.
We have a lot to talk to you about, but I feel like we're taking care of some housekeeping right now. You are the expert on body scouting in the men's locker room.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was waiting for this conversation to come up. Let's go.
Yeah, there's El Grande Americano was spotted today in the audience, and I couldn't help but notice he was much shorter than El Grande Americano that we saw over the weekend.
Right.
As the body expert, who is it?
What's the Grande
That's a
Americano?
great question. That is a great question. My guess is I'm going Pete Dunne.
What?
But I think so. That's just a wild guess. It's a wild guess. The last El Grande Americano that we saw come out was hard because he was pretty covered up. You know, he had long sleeves. We haven't seen Pete Dunne in a while. I'm going with Pete, aka Butch. That's my guess. I
Don't call him Butch.
I'm so sorry, but that's how I knew him. We were in the ring together, and I knew him as Butch. But I don't have a good lead on this. I need to see more skin. I need a more revealing outfit next time. But I'll keep working on this.
Okay.
I'll keep working on this one.
This feels very disrespectful. Grande Americano is a traditional luchador. He's going for the AAA Mega Championship at Triple Mania. I mean, they wouldn't just let some random wrestler in a mask. You know, you're throwing around names.
Not in wrestling, we would never do that.
Thank you.
By the way, did we go over your? You saw it was referenced on Raw. The Chad Gable interview at the baseball game. What are your thoughts, Sam?
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, Chad Gable's injured, and Grande Americano is not injured. So clearly, it can't be.
That's because
Megan, do better. Do better.
No, I think. Listen. I think I don't know if it's a pharmaceutical issue. I think it was a confusion thing. You know what I mean? I don't know if maybe because Chad's a big fan of Grande, and maybe there was a vicariously living. Because to my knowledge, Chad Gable has not actually had a one-on-one WrestleMania match, as was cited, while he was sitting up in the stands. But I mean, I'm sure you can shed light on this. I mean, when you were first fresh out of the ring, just dealing with what you were dealing with, I'm sure you were just saying crazy stuff in these interviews.
I was not.
No?
My mental... He didn't have a head injury. That's not the reason he's out.
Oh.
Okay?
Maybe
And
it
first
was
of
a
all,
dark
if
match.
Dark match?
At WrestleMania?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't see Chad Gable on the card. It had to be
We
something.
do the pre-show. We have a clear view of the ring. We know there was no dark match at WrestleMania, okay? There was no. In fact, if the two of you were detectives in my local town, I would never report a crime, a murder, nothing, because it would never get solved. I would lay all the facts in front of you, and you would say, I don't know. Maybe it's the guy that No. We all know it, and I won't put up with this anymore, all right? Stop it.
I don't know. Plus, Pete Dunne's British.
We didn't hear the man speak, okay?
Well, Grande Americano's from the Gulf of America.
Yeah, I did. I heard him cut a promo in Spanish over the weekend. So
Spanish.
Right.
Espanol.
There are people who are not born in Mexico who can speak Spanish, and in case there's any confusion there.
see,
That's true. I mean, Stephanie Vaquera is they're born. She's Chilean.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
That's Anyway, SummerSlam. You're right about the dark match thing, though. This is a 3-hour pre-show. You know what I mean? Like, you'd think you'd know. That's a huge window to have a dark match. But listen, I feel we're getting way off track. Big E, you're saying some wild stuff. I think most people are going to hear this and go, man, Big E was really nuts on Raw Recap this week. But I will say, and by the way, I mean, you're still making an impact on the show. Grayson Waller,
Big G,
getting into contact, a reference to the Sheamus, your pal Sheamus, who you've done such a wonderful job of shouting out here on Raw Recap multiple times, shouting you out with a big meaty man slapping meat reference on Monday Night Raw. That had to warm your heart a little bit.
No, it was lovely. I sent him a text, and we had a brief convo. Very lovely. So interesting, too, because Sheamus and I feel like early in his career, when he was riding high. I don't know if we always saw eye to eye, but we got to share the ring together. And there really is something beautiful about getting to share the ring with someone. You get to understand each other by beating the hell out of each other. But there's a kinship that's formed. And he and I have built quite the kinship. So I appreciate that shout out. But I don't know where this New Day Grayson Waller thing is going. I wasn't mad at the shirt, though. That black lace shirt.
You like
but
that?
I'm a sucker for black lace, usually on women. But he was rocking the lace. He was rocking the lace. He made it work. Yeah.
He pulled it off. I will say that.
Yeah.
I will say he pulled it
Body
off.
talk with Biggie.
Yeah, man. Well, Big E's an appreciator. You know what I mean? Like if you see something you like, you appreciate it. Let's talk about SummerSlam, okay? Let's talk about a match that we haven't really gotten to talk about much because it's a SmackDown match. But while we're talking about SummerSlam, John Cena, Cody Rhodes, you've got this match where Cody Rhodes has made it a street fight. You've got this match where now Cody Rhodes is asking for the old John Cena. He's asking for talking to Stu John Cena. He's asking for running down the aisle John Cena. Colorful, Tron going crazy, cartoons over here. He wants the real John Cena to be there for the real John Cena's last SummerSlam. What do you make of what direction this Cody Rhodes John Cena match could go in?
Look, I get where Cody's head is at. That's the John Cena that we have known to be Super Cena. That's the Cena that we've known to be at the top of his game, at the top of the industry. And also, I just think for fans, this is the last year we're ever going to see Cena wrestle in a WWE ring. This is it. And I've known Cena for as long as I have. I'm not going to claim that we're the best of friends, but we've known each other fairly well for quite some time now. And I will say, I think he's a man of his word. So if this is the last run for us as fans, and I think that's what Cody's alluding to, is like, give us the Cena we have relied upon. Give us the Cena that has main evented PLE and pay-per-view after pay-per-view. That's the version that we want to see. This version is unrecognizable. And for better or worse, that's not the Cena that people want to see. And I think that Cody beating anyone to become WWE champion, to be a world champion, is amazing. But you want to beat the legends when they're at their very best. And I think that version of John Cena that Cody is alluding to, that's the version of Cena that's at his best, that isn't looking for a Travis Scott to come down the ramp, that isn't looking for a Rock. He is locked in, and he's like, his mindset is, I'm the best at my craft. I'm going to beat you one-on-one. I'm not looking for a shortcut. I'm not looking for a way out. That version of John Cena, I think, is the most laser-focused. I think he's the most determined. And I think that's the version that all of us would like to see as well. So I like where Cody's head is at. I hope we get that John Cena again. But, man, time is ticking. And I also think that this match is so vitally important for Cody. If Cody loses at SummerSlam, I don't know where he goes. I don't know who he is. Is he a guy now that is just kind of a plug-and-play guy? We see him in fun tag matches. We see him go after mid-card titles. Or is he going to reassert himself as the face of the company? That's the Cody that I want to see. I think he's the guy that we put the company on his back and we send him around the world to be and he's still doing that, don't get me wrong, but it has a different feel when you're wearing that world championship and you're doing Fallon, you're doing late night, you're doing just all the things that he is doing, and that's what I hope. I hope that at SummerSlam we see the John Cena of old, and I hope that we see Cody at his very best, because I don't know if there's any coming back for Cody if he loses at SummerSlam.
Yeah, Sam, you brought this up. He's still wearing the QB1.
Well, that's exactly right. And that's what I think is really interesting. That both of you are right on the money about this, Cody, is that, for the longest time, he was defined as the person trying to finish his story. His pursuit of the WWE Championship was how he defined himself. And then once he got that championship, he defined himself as the guy, as the captain, as QB1. So you're right. If he can't wear that title, if he can't get the title back, then you go, well, then who is he? Do we need to redefine who and what Cody Rhodes is? What did you make? Because I know you pay attention to all the details like we do. What did you make of Cody saying sometimes doing the right thing does not look like the right thing?
I think that has a lot of people talking about what Cody does at SummerSlam. And look, this is a match that's not going to have, there's no DQ, so he can do dastardly things, and that's all within the rule set. But it makes me wonder if we've seen Cody in the past be gun shy on like using the chair or using the title in a match. We've seen a virtuous Cody, and him being virtuous has actually hurt him. It has caused him to lose titles. It has caused him to lose in main events. So I think Cody realizes he needs to put that aside. If he wants to be the guy, he's got to get his hands dirty. And I think oftentimes in this industry, you do your best to stick to your guns, to stick to your principles, to be the kind of person that you can look yourself in the mirror day in and day out and be proud of who you are. But the problem is, far too often, as you both know, our industry does not reward virtues. It does not reward you being the very best. It does not reward you being someone who women and children and families can all look up to at sometimes. And sometimes doing the thing that people see as immoral or as a shortcut, that's what allows you to stay at the very top. And you referenced the QB1, and I love that he has that mindset, but I think of actual football. And I think oftentimes they tell you as a backup quarterback, you need to prepare like your QB1. You might be QB2 or 3, but when you go into camp, you need to have studied tape like you're the starting quarterback. You need to have been on the field before and after practice. You need to put those reps in. If you want to be the guy, you need to prepare like you're already the guy. But the problem is, if you never take a snap in the game, it doesn't matter how well you prepare, how much you put QB1 on your shirt or on your jacket. None of that matters. And in many ways, we talk about Cody finishing his story, and to a degree, he has. But there have been many champions, like me, who hold that title one time, it's gone, and that's it. Truly, to me, finishing that story means not just becoming WWE champion, but having a reign that people talk about for a very long time. It means staying there. Getting there is very hard. It is so hard to get there. But legendary status, the way they talk about you being amongst the greats, is holding it. Not for a month, not for 2 months, but for years. Being the guy for years and years. And that's what made the John Cena that we know and love, and some people boo right now, but the John Cena that we speak so highly of, that we talk about as the greatest of all time, he is marked as that because he's not a guy who just had one great world title run and then that was it. He was a guy who stayed at the very top. So that, to me, is finishing the story. When Cody's done with his career, we're talking about a guy who was a 6-time world champion, a 7-time world champion. He had a run like Punk did for over 400 days. That's what, to me, truly finishing the story is. And that's what I think Cody, he's that caliber of talent. That's what I want for him, is to be a guy who stays at the top for a very long time, and he's yet to do that.
And when you talk about legacy, I'm sure it's on Cody's mind now more than ever that we've lost Hulk Hogan, and everybody's talking about that legacy of as a WWE superstar and what he did, and the fact that he's so closely associated with that championship. I think that's a lot of good points. As much as you know about WWE championship matches, you also know about tag team championship matches quite a bit. And SmackDown put down a huge one at the end of the show on Friday. 6-team TLC match. Wyatt's, Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, Street Profits, Fraxium, and Andrade and Rey Fenix. What are your thoughts on that one?
Just purely from a bell-to-bell standpoint, that might be my most anticipated. That's at least like my dark horse match. I'm telling you, I mean, we saw the post-Mania TLC match that they had on Smack. I love that match. That's probably my favorite men's match of the year so far.
Wow.
And I know those guys have been killing it week in and week out, but I think too often we don't talk about that. We don't talk about the work that they're putting in. And I love that they're finally getting the stage. They're getting this platform to go out there. I feel like all 6 of those teams, we have a lot of very hungry guys who feel like they have yet to get their due. They have yet to get the real spotlight. And I feel like they're going to go out there and work with that chip on their shoulder. I look at the work that Montez has put in, the work that Dawkins has put in for, time and time. So many people have clamored for, like, when are you guys going to get that big push? When are you guys going, whether it's singles, titles, whatever it is. And I feel like that's what I think of when I think of the SmackDown Tag Team division. I think that way of the Motor City Machine Guns, so talented, but it is a pool of sharks getting TV time, getting the acclaim, getting spotlights. Unfortunately, we haven't seen the tag teams really be spotlit on these PLEs. So that's what I'm really excited for, is because I know all 6 of those teams will go in with a big chip on their shoulder, and they'll have that mentality of, I'm going to show you. Like, I think of the Usos. We wrestled them on a SummerSlam pre-show.
Right.
And our rivalry was already cooking then. And as soon as we found out we were on the pre-show, we were all upset. Like, it's an opportunity, so we're grateful for it. But we all thought, like, we are main event caliber talent. We have a main event caliber feud, and we're gonna show you. So we went out there with that chip on our shoulder. We went out there with that. Y'all gonna see. And I feel like that SmackDown Tag Team division, which has not gotten enough love, which has not been talked about enough, which they have just quietly been working and working and working. I feel like a lot of their work has not been through, tons of time to talk or tons of time to get who they are over on the microphone. It has been, let's put the work in the ring, week in and week out. And I love that hunger. And I feel like because of that, they're going to really show a lot of people who haven't been paying attention what they can do.
Sam, you and I watch a lot of NXT.
We love it.
I'm excited for the world to see what Frazier and Axiom are all about.
Yeah, Fraxium.
They're really good.
In a multi-team ladder match? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. One more thing. Do you think for AJ Styles that the loss will be something that really sets him back, or do you think that AJ Styles will get credit just for being able to hang in there with one of the greatest to ever do it?
So wait, you're already checking the box?
AJ won tonight.
No, I'm talking about SummerSlam.
I'm
talking about SummerSlam. Do you think it'll be enough that it's like, we'll have that respect? Because look at the way he hung in there with one of the best ever.
I need you desperately to put some damn respect on. Listen, we're talking about AJ Styles.
Oh, I know. No,
right?
yeah. But I mean,
and for you just to automatically check Dom's gonna win box.
Wow.
Find some shame immediately. We're talking about I think on my Mount Rushmore of in-ring workers.
Okay, now we're talking the same language.
He's someone that needs to be at least considered, if not like a shoo-in. AJ Styles is one of the best to ever do it. We're not talking about Dom, okay?
Okay, we were confused.
Dom,
that was
as much as I love Dom, and I was there at WrestleMania on that countdown desk after he won the IC title, seeing the adoration he got. This dude is a superstar. Seeing the pop that he got in AAA, incredible. I am not taking anything away from Dominic Mysterio, but I'm saying AJ Styles has done this for decades now. He is a master of his craft, and for you to someone who is supposed to be a trusted voice that our fans are supposed to listen to you for top tier analysis, for you just to write him off like it's already over.
Only in this, I mean, just in this scenario, not most scenario. You're right about it, but it's just his opponent is,
Well, Sam was actually saying this could be like the Miracle on Ice, but of wrestling, because Dominic's coming back from this injury.
That's true.
One of the biggest shows of the year. He's been out for a long time and going against one of the best wrestlers in the history of the business as well. So, I mean,
feel good story coming to New Jersey.
Except the fact that it's a fake injury.
That's not true. There was a doctor's note.
From who?
Doctor. I don't know. I'm not. That's a HIPAA thing. I wouldn't know. I would never violate somebody's HIPAA rights like that. I wouldn't.
Right.
I wouldn't know. Those details are very, very private.
Outstanding human.
Well, Biggie, I can't wait to catch even more analysis like this from you on the SummerSlam countdown show, and I'm sure you'll be all over the place SummerSlam weekend. It is always a pleasure having you here on Raw Recap, sir.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Anytime. And that's going to be it. Megan, the next time the fine folks will see us recapping, it will be Saturday night, as of course, we will be recapping both Saturday and Sunday of SummerSlam before we get to next Monday's Raw recap. I cannot wait. It's going to be a tremendous weekend. And to to be there for all of it is going to be outstanding.
Biggest party of the summer, baby.
I can't. And Cardi B. Maybe we get Cardi B on the recap. We trying to get Cardi B on the recap?
Okay.
We'll see what happens. Tune in on Saturday. Tune in on Sunday. Tune in next Monday. We'll see you guys soon.